Alright guys, you need to stop overcomplicating your trading. Now, I know you guys might be thinking that you need daily bias, quarterly theory, or standard deviation, and all those other fancy terms in order to trade profitably, but that is untrue. You do not need those things, guys. In this video, I will teach you a very simple 5-minute trading strategy that you can use and make consistent profits. Now, this strategy works on one pair, it works during one session, and it works on the one time frame, and that is the 5-minute time frame. Now the pair is GBP USD, so keep that in mind. Now I am a 6-figure funded trader managing 4 prop firm accounts at the moment, and whatever I'm teaching you right here is legit. Now here's the deal: if this strategy works for you, then come back and like this video. Do not like this video or comment right now, but go and backtest this strategy first, then come back and decide whether you want to like this video or dislike or whatnot. So let's move on to the strategy, and I'll explain each and everything, and you guys gonna make really good profits with it. All right guys, so here is the trading strategy. So there are 2 types of turtle soups, right? And we want to trade one of them. So a turtle soup like this and a turtle soup like this. So we have A, B, C, and then we have A, B, C, D. We want to trade this one, right? Where we make a higher high, higher low, and then a higher high, right? We want to trade this one. This is going to be our liquidity sweep, and there's more to it, right? I'm not going to get into it right now, but keep watching and I'll teach everything. But this one, we are not going to trade this one, all right? So we have A, B, C, D. This liquidity sweep, we're not going to trade it, all right? Only this, or we get like, you know, a lower low, lower high, and then a lower low. Now, I want the body to close below this low, all right? And similarly, I want the body to close above this high. Now, once the body closes, what I'm waiting for is price to come back into the range and close below this high, right? So we have A, B, C, right? And then the body closes, and then I wait for another candle to close below this high. Now, once the body closes, what I'm doing is I'm simply looking to take my entry from the retest, all right? So this is very simple. So I would just put my short position here. My stop would go right above the high, and I would only go for 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. Very simple, all right? We are not going to go break even. We are not going to move our stop losses. We're going to let the trade play out. Now, once that happens, you're going to get your entry on the retest of this high, and the take profit will be hit. Now, you must be trading this after 8 a.m. New York time. So you have to look for these type of turtle soup after 8 a.m. New York time till 11:30 a.m. New York time. This is very important. Time is very important. In my eyes, time is more important than the price, right? During this time, you're going to get the best turtle soups. You will not need daily bias whatsoever, all right? And we're going to trade this on the 5-minute time frame. Remember that we are not going to choose any other time frame, and we're going to also trade GBP USD. This is very important, all right? You do not want to choose your USD or any other pair. Just stick to this pair, all right? You have to follow these steps. Otherwise, then don't blame me, okay? Don't use it on any other pair. So look for a turtle soup after 8 a.m. and this has to be a ABC pattern turtle soup. Now, once the body closes above this high, that is your confirmed liquidity sweep, and then we want the price to close below this range high. Now, once that happens, all you're doing is simply looking to take your entry on the retest. Very simple, guys, very easy, very mechanical, and this is going to like make things so much easier for you. You do not need daily bias. And remember one thing: max 2 trades per day. Do not take more trades, all right? And now there are some key things that you need to know. Now, if price goes way higher and then comes back and closes below it, then setup becomes invalid. Now, as long as you are getting 1 to 2 risk to reward before this low, So once, let's assume that the body closes here and price goes out and takes out this low here. So we have A, B, C, right? If this low is taken out before your entry, the setup becomes invalid. This is very important, right? And also, let's assume that you get your entry right on the retest. If your stop is so big that you are still not getting 1 to 2 on this low, then the setup is also invalid. So you can see the high that was made here is way too big and our stop is way too big. The barrier, if this barrier breaks, the setups will become invalid. And in this case, you can see that the take profit level is not 1 to 2. So we are not going to trade this setup. This is not a high probability trade setup. So yeah guys, let's move on to the examples, and I'm going to teach each and everything that I look for in this strategy. All right guys, so here is example number 1, and as you can see, I'm looking at GBP/USD on the 5-minute time frame, and just over here you can see that we have the A, B, C pattern, right? The A has to be a low, the B has to be a high, and the C is right here, right? Now as you can see, the body closes below this low, and afterwards we have a body closer to the upside, right? This green candle closes above this low. This is very important. Now all you're simply doing is looking for an entry on the retest, and you put your stop right below this low and you go for 1 to 2. Now in some cases you can see that you can get these risk rewards. So now if you have like your own personal risk management strategy, go ahead and use it, but to make things as much mechanical as possible, we want to stick with 1 to 2 risk reward, right? And you will be profitable in the long run. So very simple guys. Let me give you guys a couple of more examples. All right guys, so here is example number 2, and over here you can see that we have an A leg, we then got the B leg, and then we got the C leg, right? So over here, what do we have? We have this high, right? And price initially tried to close above it, but you can see that we have a wick rejection, so that doesn't count. Now afterwards, price went up ahead and closed above it, right? Now that is step 1. Now we need another candle, right? It could be the second, could be the third, right, to close below this high. And you can see this bearish candle closed below it, and our take profit, I mean the draw on liquidity, right? We're not going to target this draw on liquidity, but for the reference that if the setup becomes invalid or not, right? If this low is taken out before entry, then setup becomes invalid. Now you can clearly see that the body closed, and we want to enter on the retest. Stop goes right above this high over here, right? Just make it a little bit up to deal with the spreads, and you can see that the 1 to 2 risk reward was hit. We're only going for 1 to 2 guys. We're not chasing big because this is a scalping strategy and it uses no daily bias. So regardless of what your direction is, right, you can still make profits. Very easy, very mechanical guys. Let me give you guys a couple of more examples. All right guys, so here is another example, and I'm gonna give you a couple of examples in this clip, right? So initially you can see that we had a lower low, lower high, and then a lower low. And if I use this, and I'm looking after 8, so remember that. So you can see that we closed above it, but if we took our entry, right, and we put our stop below this low, this is the invalidation level, right? So this is the A leg, B leg, and then the C leg. Our take profit is less than 1, so that is literally a invalid setup. We at least need 1 to 2 risk reward until this level. Now, then afterwards we had A, B, C, right? And body closed, but we didn't get an entry. We didn't get an entry on the retest. However, finally, over here you can see that we had a lower low, lower high, and then a lower low. And you can see the body closed, and then on the retest we got our beautiful entry. And I'm not making this up, guys. I mean, of course this is hindsight, but go and test it out. All right, you can see that 1 to 2 was hit. Very, very simple. And here is a secret sauce. Look for bigger structures, right? For example, this structure or this structure. Don't look for this tiny type of structures. All right, the bigger the structure is, the more high probability that setup is gonna hold. Yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. That would be it. Please go and backtest before commenting anything, because you guys might be like, okay, this can't be this easy, right? In fact, this is the easiest model that you can use, and it is very profitable. Please go and test it out. If you are interested in account passing service, so basically my team is going to pass the prop firm challenge for you. Doesn't matter what's the account size, it could be 200k, it could be 500k, right? For just $200, right? I do not want to be one of those guys for promoting this, but and I do not recommend this. But if you are struggling to pass the challenge because your psychology is different when you are, on the challenge passing phase, but once you get the account, you are like secured, that I have to risk less. So if you're interested, there's a free Discord in the description. Click on it and you will get the instruction on how to purchase this service. Anyways guys, I'll see you guys in a couple of days. And I just moved to Dubai, so if you see this background is different because I'm in my new apartment. Goodbye for now.